So I needed the impact gun, like an electric impact gun, because the rear wheel spacer's stuck on there. But I mean, I'm just gonna take it off right now. I'm gonna jack the car up and try to get it off myself with a couple different methods. I don't know. Try and do it here. If not, I might drive the Jenny over to my boy's shop and pick up the electric impact. So that was the stuck lug. I'm out of breath because I've been trying to get it out. Breaker bar, half of a jack bar, and I finally got that sucker loose. So now we can get our inkies on. No spacer though. All right, these wheels actually fit and they look good even without the spacer. Now we just gotta hit the other side, hope that there's no stuck lugs on the other side spacer, and then fit that wheel, pull the car out into the driveway so you guys can see what it looks like, and then we're gonna be off to an alignment, probably tomorrow or Wednesday, because today is Monday. So I'm actually going to be replacing the rotors and the pads in the rear and adjusting the e-brake. Yeah, we got our O'Reilly special rotors recommended. We got some Project.mu, but these are apparently some really good pads. They are the D1spec version. The only problem is they have a lot of brake dust. Luckily, these are asbestos free. If you don't know what that is, cancer. This is, what side is this? This is this side. So, I mean, other side's done. Now we just gotta clean up and then get this thing outside to go and test it out. The next day, everything's put on. You guys can see it right there behind the wheel. But my alternator stopped working. And I was pulling it, like literally, I was halfway out the garage and the car, like I had known I needed to check it earlier, but I was halfway out, decided to check the alternator before I actually drove it. Wasn't charging, did a bunch of tests. I tested everything, voltage regulator, charge light, the ground. I tested everything, it's all good. The alternator's bad. So now I gotta take the alternator out, go get it rebuilt. I don't know how long it's gonna take, never had that done before. Once I get that done, I can throw the alternator back in. We can get this running again. We can test out the brakes, test out the difference. I took out the alternator out. It wasn't too hard of a job. It was actually pretty easy. The hardest part was trying to get that last bolt out, which apparently the nut for the ground or the alternator is the nut that holds on this bolt. And the whole time I was just so confused, thinking like, how do you get this part off? But I figured it out. Got the alternator out, so now I just got to take this to the guys at R&R, which is like a local alternator and starter repair shop. They're gonna rebuild it for me. I'm gonna get this rebuilt, put it in, have the car charging, and we're gonna be back on the road. It's looking real fresh. Aside from rebuilding the inside parts of it, they actually like kind of cleaned up the outside. The bolts all look new and everything. They actually replaced the setup I had on this bolt. It's looking real nice and clean. So now we have a working alternator. Hopefully it's gonna work. Throw this in the car, make sure it's charging, and go for a test drive. So my tripod, the big one I had, actually broke, and I have to order a new one. So the angles are not going to be the best until that arrives. Lately, I've just been trying to set things up, and in Florida it rains every single day, so I haven't had time to go and get the alignment, which is basically the one thing I've been waiting to do. And then I have to go pick up my team banner and also break in the clutch. It's actually like 2 hours later, literally. I just got it in. The bolt was so off center. I'm gonna throw in a clip right now. Power wires connected, ground wires connected, the voltage regulator and the charge light connector is connected. These are tight, pulley's good, that's tight, back's tight. I'm gonna double check these two bolts right here. Yeah, good. All right, good. Okay, we're gonna drop the car, start it up, and make sure it's working, and then catch this sunset drive, which it's like ending now, so. Let's go! Yes, guys, it's so lit. Our e-brake's finally working. That side locks up perfectly, the passenger side, but the driver's side cable locks up, but not enough. So I got to check the like the pulleys and stuff underneath the car. Everything else went fine. Brakes were good. Alternator was charging, I'm pretty sure. Weird smell, which I think is from the new alternator. But other than that,